Georgetown, first half. Baseline, UMass up 13 in the first half at 1 point. Second half, it got much closer. DeJuan Wheat, 7 assists. Tick Rogers, 13 points. And Louisville cuts the lead to 2. They actually grabbed the lead a little bit later. Camby misses. Down to Bright there. He had 12, and UMass is up 3, 60-57. Then it's Wheat's turn. Drives, easy layup, good burst of speed. The lead is 1. After 2 Camby free throws put UMass up by 3. Here comes DeJuan Wheat. There goes DeJuan Wheat, and there goes Louisville. Chances of an upset. Calipari and UMass escape again. Big game for Dana Dingle. 11 points, 15 boards. UMass pounded it inside, took only 4 threes, made 2 of them. Louisville. McCall took 3 shots, hit them all. McCaskill, 17 points. The Golden Eagles by a pair. Back come the Bearcats on the big brawny shoulders of Danny Fortson. Nice shot in the lane. He had 12 boards. We're tied at 61. He had 12 boards, and he also had 32 points. Here, the pretty putback. He could not be stopped. Late in the second half, Ronnie Eford, 20 points in transition off the glass. Marquette's up 4, 2.4 to go. Jackson Julson misses the second free throw on purpose. Marquette tracks down the ball, and Marquette hangs on and wins. And if they weren't a lock for the tourney, they are now. They've beaten both Louisville and Cincy in the last 4 days. Eagles finished the season 4-1 against ranked teams. Light them up, 67-66 Sooners. Minor again, 70-66 Oklahoma. Kansas, they're not going to go anywhere. The steal, Paul Pierce, 72-70 Kansas. OU goes ahead with an 8-0 run late. Deion Barnes for 2. And Oklahoma, now a very legitimate tourney team, 17-11 overall, 8-6 in conference. What might hurt them, their 1-7 record this year against top 25 teams. Chance also, this cost Kansas a #1 seed. And town, always tough at home. They may change Georgetown's name to Allentown, and here's why. Iverson, and some touch from Jason Lawson. Hoya's up by 19. Final seconds of the first half off a Nova turnover. Iverson is going to fade, fire, fill it. 22 in the first half. He rejoices as he heads for the locker room. Hoyas by a dozen. Second half, more from Allen. Just gets hammered by Alvin Williams, and the bank was still open. Let's take another look at that one. Let's do it from the look of the D. This is what you saw if you tried to stop him, and nobody could. Off the window, and it was indeed. Iverson's court today, 37 points as Georgetown romps 106-68. And boy, will Kittles be a welcome sight in the Big East tournament. Nova 1-2 without him. Georgetown's now won 18 straight at home. Othello Harrington held Jason Lawson to just 1 field goal while going for 20 points and 12 boards himself. UConn and Seton Hall, senior day at Continental Arena. Danny Hurley being honored by his family, and Danny celebrating. 15 in the game for Hurley, but UConn has an answer. His name is Ray Allen. Stirring music, trifecta overture, 15 in the first half. UConn by 7. Second half, bounce pass. Deron Sheffer to Rudy Johnson for the easy deuce, and more running and gunning. Allen in the give and go, thank you very much. 87-58, Allen finishes up with 31 points. And Central Florida, the Knights on the run. Up and over Yamo B there, Howard Porter. Central up by 5 at the break. Second half, Harry Kennedy knocks down the 3. Knights up by 15, but the Bears rally. Scott Farley from far out pulls Mercer to within 5. Central Florida looks worried. They shouldn't be. Second left, 9-point lead, and that's good enough. We're number 64. We're number 64, they're chanting. 86-77 the final. The Golden Knights with an 11-18 record. They're ready to tango. The 3 tourney wins, their first 3-game winning streak of the season. Central Florida, the 10th team to make the field of 64 with a sub-500 mark. And it's the second straight year one of those teams has come from the TAC. Last year, it was Florida International. To conference tournaments all over this land of ours. Midwestern Collegiate Conference, Loyola Chicago against Wisconsin Green Bay. Ben Berlowski nails the 3 late, putting the Phoenix up by 9. Loyola keeps it close. 58-48, though, is the final. In the other quarterfinal, Detroit taking on tourney host Wright State. Carl Pickett takes the rebound. And a little of that human touch. Detroit beats Wright State by a count of 67-61. To the Colonial Athletic Association tournament, Richmond taking on Virginia Commonwealth. Bernard Hopkins with the steal, and Bernard, he can get up. VCU out to an 11-0 lead, and they never look back. Sonny Smith's crew wins it 89-55. To the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference, Siena and Iona. Greg Barr knocks it away. He's got open floor and stuffs it home. Iona advances to the semis, knocking out Siena 71-50. Mark Jones drives. Mark Jones shoots and hits. It's a 1-point Minnesota lead. Jones had 15. Penn State had plenty of chances. Glenn Secunda, get it out of here. Matt Gaudio, the putback, no. And then it's Lysicki again, one of the best outside shooters and three-point shooters in the country. Iron. Jerry Dunn's team goes down. Huge win for the Gophers, 8-8 in conference, 16-12 overall. Certainly giving the committee just another thing to think about. Twice in this game, the Lions went 8 minutes without scoring a bucket. Number 2 seed in the upcoming ACC tournament in Wake Forest playing NC State. David Thompson's number goes up to the rafters at NC State. Tim Duncan, 15 rebounds behind the back. Then he matched the rebounds with 15 points. Wake Forest is up 3. The starting center for NC State, Todd Fuller, didn't play much in this one. Still down 3. Danny Strong, 15 points. Clint Harrison, 11. NC State down only 1. 6 seconds to go. NC State down 2. Jeremy Hyatt gets the ball. Hyatt puts it up, and no. And it won't go. Jeremy Hyatt made only 4 of 13 in the game. Wake wins by 2. Even before the outcome of this one, NC State knew it would have to play in the ACC play-in game for the 4th straight year. Fuller didn't play. Played
Hulk Hogan proud. Memphis flying throughout. Chris Garner, alley, Cedric Henderson, oop. Memphis up 38-25, 31 for Henderson. More dunks. Mingo Johnson gives it up. Lorenzen Wright stuff. 23 for Wright, 7 assists for Johnson. You know, that combo worked pretty well. Might want to try it again. Works again. Memphis tops Tulane 86-75, make it 33 straight at home for the Tigers. That's the second longest winning streak in the country. The Tigers will play at the Pyramid at least one more time. The Conference USA tournament is in Memphis, and the rest of the league with a collective Notre Dame and Syracuse. Jimmy Boeheim not happy with the Orangemen's play. Syracuse down 9 at the break. Second half, less than 6 minutes left. Matt Gotch with a backdoor alley-oop jam. Notre Dame by 6. Would be their last field goal of the day. 3 minutes left. Syracuse down 4. John Wallace, terrific look to Jason Sapola, the hoop and harm. Syracuse down 2. 30 seconds left. Cuse down 1. Sapola, 3-ball. Boeheim's Orangemen able to escape with a win, 71-67. The Orangemen have now won 8 of their last 9. Lazarus Sims with 16. The Ducks. Kenya Wilkins to Jamal Curry. Stuffs it home. Oregon up by 8. Oregon still pouring it on in the second half. Jamal Lawrence, bottom. Oregon up 64-51, but the Bruins would rally. J.R. Henderson putting it on the floor nicely. Sticks to pull up Jay. UCLA up by 1, 69-68. Game tied at 71. 42 seconds left. Toby Bailey gets it to fall. Bruins up by 2. Ducks have one last chance. 28 seconds left. Lawrence goes baseline and can't get it to go. And the Bruins win it 77-71. UCLA clinches a tie for the Pac-10 title. They're now
5 at the break. More from the Spartans. Hartzell on the floor finds Brian Brunson, 11 points, and the Spartans are up huge. Closing seconds. This shot means nothing. They're going to the dance. UNC Greensboro. Eric Cuthrell goes for 15 and 13. They win 79-53. Little redemption because last year they won.
Applause, and he breaks through and gets some more applause here. 360 around the world. Oh, it's fancy time already. That just made it 7-0. Mark Pope took a bow. He would take a pass from Anthony Epps going backdoor. Pretty sweet stuff. And then, of course, Tony Delk, who could end up being the SEC Player of the Year, certainly would be deserving of the honor. Epps with the steal. Delk does the job. Nothing too flashy, just unbelievably efficient.
Justin Jennings, first half, didn't look so perfect. Evan Eschmeyer, the pretty layup off the window. He had 13, and the Wildcats are up 6. And then things just fell apart for the Cats. Chad Austin, 3 of 6 from deep. The Boilermakers by a pair. Still first half, Purdue doing some board work. Justin Jennings, 6 of 6 from the floor. Perfect. 17 points. Then the first half winds down, and Austin winds up. Purdue up 79-56. Final. That is a piece of history. The Boilermakers roll out their 3rd straight Big Ten title outright. Here it comes, rolling out. The players doing a little dance. Austin and Miller, they join Jennings in double figures. Gene Keady and his team see that trophy, but they have their eyes, their hands, their dreams set on much bigger.
Austin Peay against Murray State, minute and a half to go. Murray State down by 2. Marcus Brown for 3. Bang! Racers up by 1. 68-68, less than 10 seconds to go. Brown tries for the win. Reggie Crenshaw gets the board, and they call the foul on Vincent Rainey. Mark Gottfried does not like it. Crenshaw goes to the line. How's that for sweetness after agony? Austin Peay is loving that. Crenshaw would make the second. 7/10 of a second to go. Is there a miracle in it? No. Murray State goes down 70-60.
Chris Collins saying goodbye. First half, Duke down 2. Chris Collins says we're up 1. Chris's dad on hand. 7 seconds to go, first half. North Carolina by 8. Jeff McInnes has Carolina up by 11 at the break. Second half, Duke fights back down 6. Ricky Price hit the big shot against Maryland. Duke up by 4, and Coach K asking for a little more help than you can find on the bench. Shammond Williams, North Carolina by 8. Chris Collins left the game with an injured foot. Williams put the game away for 3. Good. And the former member of the Kansas City Omaha Kings, Phil Ford, jumping for joy on the Carolina bench. Phil, you never jumped that high when you were playing, did you? 84 McIntyre, Greg Buckner, Clemson by 1 early. Stephon Marbury, Drew Barry says, my brother jumps a little better, but not much better. Barry had 15, more Marbury, finding Matt Harpring. Tech up 3 at the break, second half. Tech, Eddie Elisama. Georgia Tech goes up 46-37. Finally, Stephon Marbury for 3 that touches nothing at the bottom of the net. 18 for Marbury. Fun team to watch. 87-74 the final 10 race. Jason Hartman. No. Bryant Boston. And the game tied at 65. Arizona answers. Reggie Geary. Dish. Corey Williams. Zona leaves by 2. Washington last chance. Jason Hamilton. Jamie Booker. Ben Davis the rebound, and Arizona holds on to win it by the final. All right, get the hug in. The loss.
Michigan had beaten the Illini 9 straight. Chris Gandy with the big jam, and the Illini lead at 34-25 at the half. But Albert White with the slam and rebel yell. No! Michigan cuts at the 3. But then Richard Keene is Keene from downtown. The 3-pointer, the Illini by 6. Wayne Garris to Bryant. No tree, no brainer. Lou Henson says, hey, after 9 losses, we beat these guys. The Illini win at 73-62, very similar records. Michigan now only 8-1 better than Illinois in the Big Ten. So we shall see as the Big Ten plays again next week. Meanwhile, you'll never believe what happened in the Stanford-Cal game. This is a basketball game. But Jason Kidd and Lamont Murray and Campanelli, Tom Davis, Adam Keefe, all the alum were there. Oh, remember this last year between the mascots? The Cal Bear and the Stanford Tree. Well, this time the game was at Cal. The tree's there. There's no bear. But there was a game. That's right. They eventually played it. Ed Gray with the steal and jam. And what about Sharif Abdur-Rahim?
Somebody call the FBI. Call the state police. You've got to arrest them. That's the only way you're going to stop them.
That was George Raveling. Rahim had 31. Cal and Stanford, 6.
Highlights, Davidson. Brandon Williams, air ball, but Quinn Harwood is there. Game tied at 49. The Catamounts come back. On the fast break, Jarvis Graham trying to give the Catamounts a lead, a comfortable lead at that. They would win 69-60. After the game, Phil Hopkins had a question for his girlfriend.
Rhonda, listen up. Rhonda, will you marry the coach? She said yes.
Sounded like a voice from God. Yes, you will. 69-60, the final. Davidson's 19-game winning streak, the 3rd longest in the nation, comes to an end. The Catamounts are going to make their first ever trip to the NCAA tournament. Struggling Golden Eagles hosting Rutgers. Antonio Granger tied at 71, 6 seconds to go. Same score. Damon Santiago gets Scooney Penn to commit the blocking foul. Santiago made only 1 of 2 free throws. 3 seconds left. BC down 1. And who do you go to? You go to Scooney Penn. SportsCenter fave. Scooney Penn ball game. The Eagles win it 73-72.
Almost got to the Super Bowl, not quite. Mike Heidemann hoping to advance to the conference finals, but Yapo Montgomery. The 3-pointer, Detroit leads 51-50. Carl Pickett doesn't wait till the midnight hour. He goes low. It's 53-50 Titans. Phoenix trying for the tie, but Kevin Olms for the pour. It's off the front iron, and the Titans upset the Fighting Phoenix 56-50. So their record at 25-3. Now they have
Sims, nothing but net. And we went into double overtime. Tyrone Garris in the second overtime. Privateers win it by 4. Missouri Valley Conference, Shea Seals with a steal. Tulsa wins 69-52. Best finish of the night, Missouri Valley, Bradley down 1, less than 10 seconds to go. Anthony Parker brings the ball up. Deion Jackson. Jackson loses it. Jackson turns around and buries it. Charlie Steiner's alma mater wins. Jackson and the Braves live another day thanks to his miracle shot, today's best.